Alrighty then. It's the last minute diamond game, and this one was Karma. Which one? And it was actually the first of the diamond games I played. And I just didn't upload it first. I just kind of went like reverse. Trundle was the last one. Karma was the first one. Just go with it. Anyways, I'm top lane Karma. As you all know, I highly approve of Karma on anything except AD carry because that would be silly. And of course, you all know I call everything Hadokens from her. Anyhow, I don't quite remember my runes of mastery, so I can't really give them out. But I'm gonna assume they had armor and magic resistance in them because my top lane is usually very defensive, and I couldn't tell who would be top lane. Though in this case, I knew it was probably going to be Gangplank, so I made sure to had armor. So first blood already happens. The bottom lane gets a kill. It's all good. By the way, right now I'm sucking at last hit because this is literally the first game of the day, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna wake up from the morning and start playing it. So I was groggy and had those eye boogers and just cleaning my eyes and shit. So lame. And of course, since it's top lane, it will be generally faster because there's not a lot of things to see or do or whatever. So I'm just pressuring as much as I can, shooting, trying to farm with my Qs and trying to make sure I hit Gangplank with my Qs as well. And keep an eye out on the enemy Jarvan because if he comes to gank me and I'm a little bit too unprepared, then he'll murder me. If Jarvan gets me and Gangplank is not on top of me already, then I'll survive. But if Gangplank gets on top of me and then Jarvan hits me, that'll be too much CC that I can't break out of. And also, the Jarvan kind of fucked up going through the bush and it's like, one of those awkward moments. But I figure he's going to try to loop around and try to gank me anyway. That's why I'm kind of sitting in the back. And I shot the Hadouken there just to confirm whether or not he's here. And there he is. So, of course, like I said, he EQs me and nothing would happen. If the Gangplank has to be on me in order for something to happen. Same thing happens, nothing comes of it. He just kind of backs away. I take a little bit of damage, but it's not enough. I keep shooting Hadokens at Gangplank, just trying to make sure I pressure him. This is one of the things I love about Karma. She just absolutely has very few negative matchups. The matchups I would say are negative for her are champions with an all-in sort of burst, especially coupled with a CC. Like if I fought Rivens as Karma, it's very very stressful because if I'm pushed out, she can kill me and then chase after me and still murder me. But champions like Gangplank, they can't do anything, or even champions with burst like Rise, they can't do anything either. It's just kind of they have to CC me before my shield gets up and before I put on a tether, and that's the only way they'll be able to murder me. In most cases, like let's say if Riven jumps on me and she doesn't have her stun immediately, I'll pop my E and sort of displace myself so she wouldn't be able to get the best damage out of it, and tether her so I'll just drain her life, recover my health as I'm tethering her up, and then just shoot at her. That's about it. But if she flashes on top of me with her ultimate already drawn, stuns me, and then chains me up and just finishes me off that way, I won't be able to do anything. So I try not to pick Karma onto. By the way, I like this. Okay, boom. I'll try not to pick Karma onto someone like Riven or hell even Talon, or hell even Caston. Anyone who can. Well, actually, Caston not anymore. So he doesn't have silence. Anyone who can silence me, CC me or anything, I don't want to pick her. Like, do you see? You saw me play Karma versus Darius, and he did nothing. But on the other hand, if it was someone like Garen, I wouldn't want to pick Karma to Garen. I could play keep away for the most part, but the second they jump on me, I won't be able to retaliate or respond fast enough not to get killed. Anyways, I'm pushing top lane. My team in bottom is doing some crazy ass shit right now. Basically traded Zed for Lucian, and the Shaker really feels like he can get another kill, but he just can't. Vayne shows up, pins him to the wall along with the Jarvan, and they get a free kill on the Shaker. Chase can't seem to get another kill in there as Zyro splits him apart. So it turned out to be a negative win for my team, unfortunately. Still, though, I got top lane tower out of it and putting pressure on top lane. By the way, Zed shows up, tries to kill me, but as always, I have my shield, I have my tether, I kind of just walk away. God, Karma's so difficult to kill. And then they decide to tower dive me, but of course, this is not the smartest thing ever because my damage is high, and of course, it's harder just to kill me. Never die of a Karma unless you can kill her in one huge ass burst. So I may have died, but I took Zed to hell with me. And of course, you're wondering, what kind of build am I building? I'm taking a cooldown reduction utility build. Though at one point in the game, I'm going to buy an item that's going to make you go, what? And even myself, I was like, I don't know if it's the best item to build, but it seems like the enemy team has a sort of all-in initiation, and afterwards they can be kited or whatever, or pinned down rather easily. So it's a really loopy item that I'm going to build. But at the same time, I would have gone over the 40% cooldown reduction, and it seemed smart at the time. Nonetheless, you see here, I'm just putting pressure on top lane and make sure to ward to defend myself, and my teammates gather up top just so we can kill the Gangplank. I managed to kill him because he doesn't try to run away. I guess he knew Shaco was there to catch him off, but he basically died. My teammates disperse, and they try to steal themselves a red, but the red is not there. Zed shows up top lane, and instead, I kind of go the other way around instead of trying to walk through him. It's like, the hell was that, Zed? Now watch this. I go back top, shoot a Hadouken blast at Zed, deal some damage to him, and then I know he's going to try to go down mid for those minions. So while the bottom lane gets, picks up 3 kills, I shoot Zed in the face, dealing more damage, and I hide behind this line of sight. So when I see him use his shadow and energy, I flash forward and tether him up, knowing that he would die. He goes all in with his ultimate to try to see if he can kill me before he drops, but it's to no avail. He gets dropped right there. I love that. It's a basic ganking trick. Wait till the enemy thinks they're safe and they use one of their, escapes to try to farm or something, and then go all in. The second he used his shadow, I knew he was a dead man. And he used his ultimate too to try to see if he can, scrounge up a kill. Unfortunately, it didn't work because I had already had him tethered. And you see, yeah, this is the froze. I built the Iceborne Gauntlet, and I probably would have chased Gangplank a little bit more, but I didn't know Jarvan was there, and he pretty much killed me. So, unfortunately, Shaco's just in a bad spot, and he dies too, giving Jarvan another kill and a double buff. Nonetheless, I'm not too far gone. My bottom lane teammates get a tower and gets damage a tower for free thanks to that. Or at least put pressure a tower for free. I chase after Zed. I can't really catch him, no matter how much I try. So I just farm the top lane tower and then meet my teammates. So right now I am pushing full cooldown reduction, a really weird slow on my spells, and I can just spam Hadoukens and shields whenever I can. This is the build I love the most on Karma. If the game would extend long enough, I would actually end up building Randuin's Omen if I had to be more tanky. Or if I'm, doing so well just shooting Hadoukens, I would, of course, go the Death Cap. This is the main reason I love Karma. I love going any random-ass builds and making it work. They're not exactly random. They have a purpose, but I like being able to just, switch my build on the go and say, you know what, I could go pure Hadouken status here. I don't need the cooldown reduction, or I need my utility. I should build cooldown reduction and spam shields. I need the mana because I can't spam me too much and I'm poking too much, or whatever. I just like that. I love that. She's one of my favorite laners for all roles. I'll play her support, though I don't like her support as much as I like her top lane. I'll play her mid and I'll play her top. So since I was forced top lane, I saw the enemy team and I was thinking to myself, you know what? They really, the enemy team is really could be dealt with by poking. I had, Janna for the disengage and Lucian who can disengage too, and also a Jace. So I thought, let's poke him down. Let's run around with mobility and shit. And it's true. My team is full of pure dickhead champions. Lucian is just kind of like the AD carry to go right now. Janna is the massive, cunt bitch that just resets every fight and makes you sad to exist. And Karma. You all know Karma. You won't kill her. And also Shaco. Anyone who plays Shaco is a jerk. So here I go, trying to dive and getting some sneaky kills, and I end up dying. Jace gets killed in the Jarvan, but ends up pretty much dying by everybody else. That was greedy. We should work in Wall Street. So now only Lucian and John are alive, but the enemy team is way too behind to actually regain their position from there. So we gave them we let them recover a little bit, but it's not going to be enough to do anything. The Vayne jumps me from the bushes, like a stalker. I die, of course, but she ends up dying too. I don't think that was truly worth it because now the enemy team has almost no damage. The Gangplank is not farmed enough to actually become too much of a threat. He'll probably die before he gets to do anything, or just be shoved away by the Janna. The Jarvan will pretty much be countered by the Janna in every way, shape, and form, so yeah, the Vayne is their only hope. Zed can go in, but my team has way too many shields. Look, Jarvan almost kills the Lucian. Not enough, because he got shielded. Zed goes in. Lucian gets completely shielded, and he survives. Though he's going to die right here. Boom. Their Lucian. Still, again, we have too many shields and too much protection against for our Lucian that the Zed really isn't useful. Jarvan gets completely just, fucked over by the Janna if she plays well. And Gangplank, again, will just be kited by everybody else. The enemy team, honestly, from Champion Select, got shafted. Even the Shaco has a part to play in this. He can split push forever or set up some boxes to counter their engage, but preferably split pushing, and it would force the enemy team to back off. The enemy team's engagement is completely decimated by the defensive nature of Karma, Jace, and Janna. So that would just allow the Shaco to, split push without a worry of us being killed. And look at this. There's going to be a lot of shields. Just look at the Lucian. He gets jumped by the Zed. There goes a shield. There goes two shields. There goes Mikhail's Crucible. He basically got dealt 0 damage there. The enemy team has absolutely no hope. And like I said, straight from Champion Select. There we go. Now, honestly, as much as I despise Shaco in this game, I feel that Shaco was a really strong choice. Again, our laners are safe just throughout. Janna is safe, Jace is safe, I'm safe. Our poking power is there, our engagement power is there. Everything is there for us. So he'd be free to pretty much just dick around and succeed. Now watch this. This is probably the most embarrassing moment for me in quite a while. I go forward, and I'm going to charge up my Hadouken Blast. I hit the goddamn flower. I'm like, it's right in front of me. I don't even know. Then this flash I have is just so bad. I felt such shame. I even apologized to my teammates. Wow, I done fucked up there. Still, though, it doesn't matter. My team is way too ahead, and a Baron is not going to save the enemy team. So they just push in, grind the Nexus Towers to dust, and that's pretty much the victory. So again, if there's any champion I recommend you try to learn to play, it's Karma. She's the one I'm going to try using during Season 5 and ranking up. If I don't get the jungle, I mean. Her and Garen and my usual sorts. So, hooray for Karma, hooray for Season 5, and hooray the fact that I got Diamond. As I said, this is the last minute Diamond game I had. From now on, I'll be going back to the regular scheduled team battles and such. Hooray!